defense maybe not being at our best. I thought Montana State had a lot to do with that, though. As good as I felt after the Cal game, with our performance, our edge, and almost everything we could do except for the last possession, that's how disappointed I was for some personal reasons for those first 30 minutes. But I do think there's something to be said for those last important 7 or 8 minutes when they only made one basket. I think the last 6 minutes we made important free throws once again, which doesn't look like a macho thing, but it wins and loses games. And more important than anything, the 3-ball, which we paid attention to at halftime. This was a team that we were concerned about, and they made 5 for 8 in the first half, and we did make an adjustment or two. I thought we did a good job. I thought the 10 that they took the second half were not nearly as open as the first 8. So I told these guys, I like to tell them the truth, you know, I had a high level of disappointment for some personal reasons in that first half. But I said, you know what, 11 weeks from now when we're in the Mountain West tournament, you're going to look backwards. You're going to be doggone proud you won this game by 10. So we'll take it. You know, we need a little energy boost, you know, one of those 2020s or whatever my kids take. But we got 2 days off. We have finals starting tomorrow, and we have heavy finals Monday and Tuesday. So it's been a long time coming. Our guys need that. They need to study this evening. We have several of them with some mentors. They need to do a good job in the classroom, as do all the student athletes. And I think this break comes at a great time. We'll go back to work Wednesday afternoon, get ready for Southern. And let me just pop one more thing in there because it was just asked on the radio. You know, what you try to do at the league office is you try to pick Cal, Denver, New Mexico State, SMU, Colorado, Southern, to name a few, that you take the last 3 years, what did that team do? That's what they ask you to do. And these are NCAA teams. These are teams that all have won over 20 and are expected to have terrific years. What we cannot control is how terrific or not terrific their seasons are going. And so with that said, it came up. I thought I'd share it with you because you know what? I thought this was a really good, 11 game. I thought these were really good 11 games. We got 2 more before the break. And obviously I think our team will be hungry to get those.
What were you particularly disappointed in those first 30 minutes, Larry? Was it just the edge of your team, the effort, or the execution? Where were you particularly disappointed with?
There were some things I was disappointed with our team, and then there were some things I personally was disappointed with that I gotta take care of.
Coach, just, you know, what changed, I guess, in that last 10 minutes with, you said guarding the 3-pointers, but just with them not having a field goal in the last 6 or so minutes, how were you kind of able to buckle down there?
2 things changed, I think. One thing on the offensive end, we really found each other. The big play that I remember was after a timeout, they chose the trap. Junior made a really good pass fake, found a wide open Riley Graybill, and he knocked in a wide open 3. I thought the energy changed, and I think it affected our defense because I think we got 6 of the next 7 stops and 6 of the next 7 defensive rebounds. I think that was a change in the game. And then you have to win the game or lose the game at the foul line once a team's chosen to foul you. And I thought we finished 3 or 4 games this year with really, really good, timely free throw shooting.
With that foul shooting, how important was that to, in the second half, to kind of feed the post, both with DC and Nance, and really go at, you know, their big men who really had trouble guarding him?
Well, I thought Montana State did a great job going at our guards, driving the ball hard, and then I thought we did a good job, or as good a job as we could, seeing if we could get the ball to the paint via the pass. But like I said, I really enjoyed watching our guys the last 7, 8 minutes. I thought they put a stop to them. You know, 24 points in the half is a pretty good half, but I really felt the energy flow those last 8 minutes.
No, not a ton of bench production, Larry. Again, it was a tight game. You needed and a couple guys didn't get a lot of time. But was that just kind of the nature of the game, or just did the edge or the bench have that edge?
I think
it
was a product of both. I think it was not the plan. We'd always like to use those guys and use those guys a little more in a productive way. It just didn't evolve that way. And again, you credit Montana State for going toe-to-toe for about 33 minutes.
Coach, how tough was it? Montana State, 11 offensive rebounds, 16 second chance points. How big was that for them, I guess, and how much is that going to be a point of emphasis going forward?
We need to focus on it again because it's one of the few things we've done incredibly well. We're number one in the league defensive rebounding, and I thought there were a couple plays where because of the drive, the hard drive, we were already in rotation, or we were going for a block shot. Well, if you don't get that block shot, that ball gets up in the air, there's a large man with nobody near him. That happened 4 or 5 key times. So it is something we can clean up at this time of the year. Papa Shyatt likes to look for things to clean up, so hopefully that'll be one of them.
Thank you,